Hello, friends. Today we are talking about the top 5 mistakes I made as a brand new entrepreneur. And I am telling you these stories because I really hope that I can save you the time, the money, the heartache, the headspace, and the frustration that I experienced in my journey. If we've not yet met, my name is Ryan Dowdy. I'm a sales coach, and I help brand new entrepreneurs build businesses that make money by mastering your sales conversation and your mindset. So, coming out of the corporate world, I decided I wanted to start a business. I thought it was going to be easy peasy. I was going to, study all the stuff and do all the things. And I listened to the podcasts and I listened to the books and I watched the YouTube videos and I downloaded all the freebies and I sat in all the webinars and I read and listened to so much information. And I thought that I had it all figured out, right? I got it under control. We're going to do this. It's going to be amazing. But it still took me 8 months to get my very first client. And it was because I found myself constantly doubting myself, constantly second guessing myself, constantly changing course and changing strategy and all sorts of different things. So I want to share with you the mistakes that I made so you can avoid making them as well. So the first mistake that I made was when I was brand new to business, I started building an email list and I made a freebie. And you're like, wait, what? Ryan, there are so many people that tell me that that's where I should start. Like, I need an email list. I need a freebie. That's how I get people on my email list. You got to email my list. The money's in the list, right? We've heard it. We've all heard it. I heard it too. And here's the deal. At this point in my business, yes, absolutely, my email list is important. Yes, of course, I have a freebie that I spend money on ads to drive traffic to. 100% I do that now, several years later. But when you're brand new in business and you just need a couple, 2, 4, 5, 8 clients to hit your income goal, they're not coming from your freebie or your email list. Do you want to know why? Because there's nobody on your email list, right? There's nobody on your email list to read your amazing email to become a client. And when it comes to creating a freebie, when you're brand new to business, you don't even yet have a niche. You don't know who your ideal client is. And so how can you possibly build a really valuable freebie for that person when you don't really know a lot about them? And that's not your fault, my friend. This is not your fault. You're being told to do these things. And I was told to do these things as well. And it was a giant mistake. And I wasted thousands of dollars and probably weeks, if not months, building these things, right? Like, I'm not a graphic designer, so I had to pay a designer to do it for me. I had to pay somebody to help me set up, all the landing pages and design those for me. I had to invest in software to build the email list. And so I'm thousands of dollars into this. I have no clients and nobody wants my freebie, right? Because who needs an email and a freebie when you're brand new to business and you're just trying to hit those $5,000, $6,000, $8,000 months in your business? And truth be told, my friend, you do not need one yet. You will need one at some point in time. It will be so important to you later on in your business, but to get to that first income goal, to really get to that almost first 100K in business, you do not need an email list or a freebie. And I truly believe that. Okay. Second mistake that I made early on in my business is I ran ads with no proven offer. So I grew up selling advertising. I actually started my career in radio. I went to TV, spent some time in print, and then jumped over to digital in 2011, spent years there before I became an entrepreneur. And so I'm a huge fan of ads. I think that ads are great tools. And I really believed that, if I just ran some ads, that this would happen faster. I would find clients faster. I would get to where I want to go faster and I could get out of my full-time job faster. So I'm just going to run ads. And so I did that. And I hired a Facebook ads manager who was a wonderful, wonderful person. She did a wonderful job. She built me a beautiful funnel. I spent more time and more money crafting all of these things and running ads. And I had no proven offer. I had no idea that people wanted what I had to offer. I didn't know. I had never tested it. I didn't know if people were going to buy it. I didn't know if they were willing to spend money on it. I didn't know how much they were willing to spend. I did no research and I was just throwing ads without a proven offer. And if you are doing this, my friend, I encourage you to please stop doing this because could potentially be a giant waste of money. I know for me, it was upwards of probably $5,000 wasted at the time and got me no closer to getting out of my full-time job, which was my ultimate goal, right? Was to get out of my full-time job. But I thought that ads would get me there faster, but without a proven offer, ads are a waste of money, right? That is why it is so important to start with human-to-human connection in your business, which is such a huge part of what I teach. Third mistake that I made was not talking to my ideal client, that research part that I had just talked about. So I kept launching things, right? Like I was like, I'm going to launch this offer and that offer and one-to-one coaching and all this stuff. And no one was buying it. And I was like, why is nobody buying this stuff? Like, it's really good. And I can tell by what's going on in the world that people need what I have to offer. But the problem was I didn't know who my ideal client was. I didn't do any market research. I didn't go talk to people. I didn't hear the problems that they solved or that they thought that they had and the words that they used to describe it. And so I was out there talking to them in my corporate speak. And here they are over there being like, Ryan, I just need some clients, right? But I did not know that that was my problem. And I did not know what my ideal clients were really focused on. So I encourage you, if you haven't yet, to get on the phone and talk to people. Even if you're not 100% sure who your ideal client is yet, just start talking to people and hear how they talk about your industry and the work that you do and the problem that they solve. What I learned coming out of the corporate world is that in corporate America, we talk a lot about, revenue and projections and stuff like that. Those were not the words that brand new entrepreneurs are using to explain what's going on in their business. Then I learned that sales is a dirty word in entrepreneur world. And everybody was like, I'm just going to do this marketing thing and make $1 bajillion. So I had all of these myths that I had to bust to really get clients. And I had to change my marketing and my messaging and my offers to get clients. But I didn't know that because I never took the time to talk to them. And I really depended on the knowledge that I had from being in the corporate world and what I knew salespeople struggled with. That is not at all true to what entrepreneurs struggle with, at least brand new entrepreneurs. So I wish so much that I would have taken the time to do that earlier on in my journey. How did I do it? I offered 10 no pitch 15-minute strategy sessions. I was like, let me get on the phone with 10 people and no pitch at all, just answer a question for you. And that is when I learned that my audience was brand new entrepreneurs. That is when I learned my audience wasn't using words like revenue and projections. That is when I learned that my audience wasn't trying to make millions of dollars. They were just trying to get to, their first $5,000, $6,000, $8,000 a month in their business. And everything changed once I knew that. All my marketing changed, my offers changed, and my ability to make money changed dramatically as well. So another mistake that I made is what I talked about, which is marketing versus sales. So again, when you're a new entrepreneur, and I can guess some of the podcasts that you are listening to or the books that you are reading, and they talk a lot about marketing, right? Creating content, your email list, your freebie, social media, your pillar piece of content, your podcast, your YouTube channel, all of the different things, right? Like, oh, you need to be on Instagram and you need to be on Facebook, and oh, you should probably spend some time on LinkedIn too. And they talk about all the places that you should be marketing your business. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go market my business. I'm just going to go tell people. I'm just going to go market. I'm going to write all this stuff on social media. I'm going to spend hours and hours and hours doing this stuff. And I still got no clients. And this is after a 15-year career in sales. I'm like, what the heck is happening? And I realized that I was creating all this content and I was pushing content out, but I wasn't inviting anyone in. I wasn't selling to anyone. I was marketing to everyone. And I never said, hey, you over there that have this problem, come talk to me. Do you have this problem? Let's get on the phone. I can help you solve this. I was marketing. I was doing what I was told. I was putting out my emails to my list that didn't exist. And I was writing all of this social content that 15 people were reading. And I was going live all of the time and nobody saw it. And it was heartbreaking and it was gut-wrenching. And I wasted so much time when my first clients came through networking and in-person marketing, going and meeting people, shaking hands, sitting down, having a cup of coffee, talking to them, learning about them, building relationships with them, which is what we call sales, my friend. Marketing is what you do when you need to reach a ton of people, right? Sales is going to get you the 3 clients that you need this month, right? Selling human to human, one-to-one conversations with real people. That is what sales is. And that is what you need to master early on in your business. You don't need to master marketing. I can argue that you don't need a website or a landing page or a freebie or a social media profile to get your first clients. If you go out, tell people the problem that you solve, meet them, build relationships with them when appropriate, invite them to sales conversations and sell to them, you don't need any of those things, which means that marketing is a big fat lie for so many people. But I spent so much time there and I was like, oh, people are going to love it. It's going to be great. And it wasn't. And that is why it took me 8 months to get my first client, because I just kept pushing out content, hoping that somebody would reach out to me and throw money at me instead of actually going and selling to them and building a relationship with them. So I was hiding behind marketing instead of going out and selling. And the final mistake that I made is overconsumption, right? Did you hear me talk about all the stuff that I did early on in my journey? All of the webinars, all of the freebies, all of the podcast and the books. I was drinking from a fire hose. I was consuming so much information, which is good. Learning is good. I love learning, but I was overconsuming. And as an overconsumer, I wound up really feeling more overwhelmed than I felt like I knew where I was going. Right? I didn't get a lot of clarity or even a lot of encouragement out of the information I was consuming, because it really just kept making me feel like I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong. Oh, she says YouTube. Oh, she says Instagram. Oh, she says email list. Oh yeah, I totally need that. And oh, let me buy that course for $297 because it's cheap and I'm just going to keep learning and learning and learning. And all I was doing was learning, and I was taking action one step at a time, and none of it was consistent enough to get me any results. So I just kept consuming information, thinking there was something I didn't know or there was something that I was missing, and I was wrong. I was terribly wrong. I was terribly wrong, and I was overconsuming. So how did I fix my overconsumption problem, my friends? I stopped listening. I stopped watching. I stopped reading, except for the people who I was either A, paying, or B, wanted my business to look like. So I obviously am a huge fan of business coaching, have invested tens of thousands of dollars in business coaching, and will continue to do so because I think it's the best investment I can make in myself. But if I'm not paying you, I'm not listening. I literally am subscribed to 4 podcasts. I'm subscribed to maybe 2 or 3 YouTube channels. And I read books sometimes, but really more than anything, I listen to what my coaches put out. And I listen to a couple of other people who have businesses that I want my business to look like. And that is it. That is it. I don't consume. And I know that I'm telling you that as you sit here consuming my content, and it is okay. If I am not your person, if you don't want me to be your business coach, if you don't like what I am teaching, if what I am teaching is overwhelming you in some way, then stop. Stop consuming, start taking action, and commit to an action, commit to a plan. I see so many new entrepreneurs, myself included, listen, I'm going to watch this thing. I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to do it for 2 weeks. Well, shoot, that didn't work. On to the next thing and on to the next thing. And the problem is you're not stacking up enough action on top of one another to have any kind of success. And then you're chasing bright, shiny objects and the next idea and the next big thing. And you're not actually getting any results out of this because you are consuming and you're not taking action. And that is what is the most important part of making money in your brand new business, is to take action. So quick recap, guys, no email list, no freebie at all, I promise. No ads without a proven offer. Ads are fantastic once you know people want to buy what you're selling, but until then, no ads. Make sure you do some market research. Go talk to people. Go talk to people that fit the profile of the people that you want to help and hear how they describe their problems, what they think that it is, what they've tried to fix it before. It's going to help you so much in your sales conversations. And then, of course, stop marketing and start selling. Go talk to people. Don't push out content or push out a very minimal amount of content. I've done some other videos about the amount of content that I think is necessary as a new entrepreneur, but it really is about sales. It's about going out and inviting people in, not waiting for them to come to you yet. It will happen, but not yet. And then overconsumption. Please, my friend, stop consuming information from people who you don't like, people you don't pay, people who don't have a business that you want your business to look like, people that you don't resonate with or connect with in any way because you think that you should because, well, they're a 7-figure business owner, so I should just listen to their stuff, right? Stop over consuming. Keep it simple. Go serve people. Go solve problems. And you will get clients. Okay? So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you found this helpful. If you are not yet in the Sales Skills for Women in Business Facebook community, I would love if you would come join us over there or follow us on Instagram at Uncensored Sales, and I will see you in the next video.